Well, despite the weather, it was another busy week at the state capitol. Rebecca Brown braved the elements with lawmakers and has a recap of what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen in the galleries, welcome to the Arkansas Senate.
Senate Majority Leader Bart Hester kicked off the morning session with a clear message.
We have a lot of work to do. I just asked that, the plan is for us to be here tomorrow and to be here Thursday under normal schedules.
Senators gathered to handle pressing business ahead of Tuesday's wintry mix. Starting first with Senate Bill 142 to create the Bell-to-Bell No Cell Phone Act amended by Republican Senator Tyler Dees.
To make sure that any device given by the school district to a student is not considered a personal device. The rule for special events that they have to get clarity from the Department of Education on what a special event is.
Senator Dees also clarified rules for concurrent classes. The bill passed and now heads to the governor's desk.
By a vote of 27 yeas, 1 nay, 1 non-voting, 4 present, the bill passes.
Two of the canvassing reform bills pushed by Republican Senator Kim Hammer remain held up until next week at least. But another similar proposal arrived from the House. As many as a dozen bills dealing with the petition process are making their way through the legislature. And a day after sponsors filed Sarah Huckabee Sanders' higher education reform bill, a proposal about what high school history classes should include drew criticism from Democrats, who opposed the governor's other big education reform, the LEARNS Act.
Senator, are you concerned about the governor vetoing this bill?
I'm not, no.
I've heard her say pretty clearly that she's going to veto any bill that indoctrinates school kids. So I just was wondering if that's something you had considered.
Well, this is educating kids.
I'm going to leave that decision as to whether we vote on this bill today to the will of the committee.
Despite the freezing temperatures outside, lawmakers inside of the state capitol once again found themselves in a heated debate over Senate Bill 207. It's one of several bills aimed at making the state's petition system more secure.
If somebody does present to you with a petition to sign, I think there is a duty to raise the awareness of the importance of the document that is being signed.
SB 207 made its way to a House committee on Wednesday, where Republican Representative Kendon Underwood proposed an amendment that would require canvassers to disclose the consequences that come with committing petition fraud. Opponents say the bills would make the process unnecessarily difficult. But the biggest debate of the day was over whether lawmakers should even be discussing the bill while much of the state is covered in winter weather.
And so I don't think that we're doing anything unfair by voting on a bill we've already heard essentially 6 hours of testimony on.
But the other side of it is that people feel like they're being shut out of their own democracy. And that is a lot more serious, I think, than the consequences to waiting until Monday for a vote.
The winter weather didn't stop everyone from making their way to the Capitol to make their voices heard. Two people did show up to speak against the bill. After some back and forth, Democratic Representative Andrew Collins made a motion to table SB 207 until Monday, a push that failed.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
No.
The ayes have it. Congratulations, you passed your bill.
The pen hitting the official document marks the beginning of a new journey within the Arkansas school system. On Thursday, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signing legislation banning cell phones in schools and launching a free breakfast program for all students.
Education is all about making sure every student has opportunity, and free school breakfast and phone-free schools make Arkansas even better for Arkansas students.
Governor Sanders launched these initiatives back in January during her State of the State address. Now, across the political lines, lawmakers have made that proposal a reality.
So we're so excited about what this bill is going to do and how it's going to help protect our children, not only from a distraction-free environment in the classroom for academic performance, but also for the emotional intelligence, the socialization that they need, and really just to understand what it's like to be a kid.
We have a universal commitment, bipartisan, every corner of the state, to make sure that when our kids are in school, they will not be hungry. So I want to thank my colleagues in the legislature for making sure, along with the governor, that we're going to take food insecurity in Arkansas from the bottom and we're going to go to the top.
Representative Zach Gramlich, a middle school teacher and co-sponsor on the bills, added a personal touch Thursday.
How we had kids who would organize fights and get in fights in the bathroom and video and put them online. I see kids come in who are hungry, maybe they missed breakfast or whatever, and what they do is they come in and they lay their head down.
With hope, these new laws will turn everything around.
And we're going to be able to get kids engaged, we're going to get kids learning, and we're going to get them on a pathway to success.
In Little Rock, Rebecca Brown, THV11 News.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. Well, you can find a full recap of those bills and others being considered by the legislator on THV11.com. Secretary of State Cole Jester shared the findings of his election security review earlier this week. Jester said his top priority will be election security, and he says the review found that your vote is secure and counted in the state. Most problems come from verifying mail-in ballots, but in Arkansas, mail-in ballots make up just 1% of the vote. While your vote is secure, he also has concerns over the state's petition system.
In this review, we have found thousands of fraudulent signatures on our ballots. In a single amendment, there was over 5,000 duplicate signatures of people who signed more than once. Some on accident, but I'm guessing the person who signed the marijuana petition 6 times, that was not an accident.
Jester gave his support for the bills currently being discussed at the Capitol that would change how canvassers can collect signatures.